What goes up must come down. Now that you've taken off, you'll have to land. When landing, the weight of the airplane is being transferred from the wings to the wheels. The goal is to do this in a smooth, elegant fashion, touching down just a few knots above stall speed, so you're being kind to your tires, wheels, and landing gear. There are two main methods for landing a tailwheel aircraft: the three-point landing and the wheel landing. In either one, the idea is to touch down in the correct attitude, with no yaw or drift, and to keep the airplane going straight on the rollout without any side load on the landing gear. You'll be required to demonstrate both landing methods to earn a tailwheel endorsement. If you're lucky enough to be landing on a smooth grass runway, you'll find this to be the ideal surface texture. It's hard to make a bad landing on grass. It's beautiful and forgiving and slows the landing rollout, making all landings feel like perfection. The three-point landing is just like it sounds and is accomplished by touching all three wheels down at the same time. The wheel landing is accomplished by touching down first on the mains in a level or near level attitude, after which the tail is gently lowered to the ground. Some manufacturers recommend that certain aircraft only be landed one way. Read your airplane's POH for manufacturer's stipulation or design limitations. Wheel landings give better forward visibility, put less wear on the tailwheel assembly, and are often considered the best technique for landing in a crosswind or gusty conditions because of the additional rudder authority on touchdown. A wheel landing is made when you land on the main gear rather than touch all three wheels at the same time. When first learning these, we suggest a tail low method. This is easier than trying to plant the mains on the ground in a flat or level attitude, and you're less apt to bounce the landing. For a tail low wheel landing, you will touch down on the mains with the tail wheel very close to the ground, and then gently push the stick forward to raise the tail. In a wheel landing, because you don't initially have tailwheel steering, it's very important to keep a little bit of power on so you have more rudder authority. Regardless of the technique used to wheel land, the mass of the tail upon touchdown will tend to bob down, causing an immediate increase to the wing's angle of attack, and this can cause a bounce common with the wheel landing. To alleviate this event, a perfectly timed, gentle push on the stick is needed as the mains touch the runway. Line up with the center line, establish a controlled, steady descent to the runway at about 150 feet per minute with the nose slightly below the horizon. Make small progressive power reductions with the power slightly above idle prior to touchdown. Just before your touchdown point, level off slightly nose high with the ailerons neutral and use your rudder to make small corrections to keep the airplane tracking straight ahead. Trim as necessary. Hold the airplane in the landing attitude and continue to use your rudders for small corrections. As you wait for the ground to come up to you, you should touch down on the mains with the tail wheel slightly low. The instant the wheels touch, gently add some forward pressure to raise the tail to an almost level attitude. As you bring the power to idle, anticipate the nose going right, so lead with your left foot and gently let the tail wheel lower until it makes ground contact. At the same time, bring the stick all the way back. Let the airplane decelerate before applying brakes. Directional control may be managed by carefully applying differential braking.